Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second session of the 50th Annual Fall Convocation of the University of Manitoba. My name is Mel Braun. I'm a professor at the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music, where I work with the singers. I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. We do welcome you to take pictures during the ceremony, but ask that you do so from your seat. That way there won't be anybody blocking the pictures. Also, if you could just remember to turn off those cell phones so that they don't go off at an inopportune moment. Following the reception, there is a ceremony in the James Daly Fieldhouse to my left. Please plan to meet your graduate there. They have coffee and punch and some really cool desserts. Next, I would like to welcome our guests seated here in front of me. These folks at my left are special guests of the president of our university and guests of recipients of special honors and awards at today's ceremony. Welcome here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we all come for, please rise for the entrance of the academic party and our graduating students. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Manitoba campuses are located on original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories, we acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Now, graduates, if you could rise and join John Anderson of the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music for the singing of O Canada, and then remain standing for the traditional honor song sung by Carl Stone.
Having listened to the honor song this afternoon, I'd ask that we remember a great Canadian, a friend of the University of Manitoba, who so selflessly encouraged all of us to ask questions about injustices inflicted on Indigenous people. So sad to see the passing of, I'm embarrassed to say I'm having a block, Gord Downey, who worked so closely with us on some projects and so selflessly, I think, gave himself to the issue of Indigenous achievement and Indigenous reconciliation at the end. Today we're here to celebrate success at the end of a journey and opportunities on the path ahead. Congratulations and thank you to the graduates before me, their friends and family in the audience, my colleagues behind me. Specifically, I want to acknowledge our Chancellor, Mr. Harvey Sector, and welcome today's recipient of our highest honor, the Honorary Doctorate degree, Ms. Miriam Taves, and also to welcome to our platform today, Mr. John Reyes, MLA for St. Norbert, Ms. Sharon McKay, Executive Director of the Aboriginal Knowledge and Culture Division, University College of the North, Dr. James Curry, Acting Provost and Vice President, Academic of the University of Winnipeg, and Mr. Jeff Lieberman, Chair of our Board of Governors, and Ms. Dawn Nedowin-Masick, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Also on the platform today are members of the senior administration of the university, deans, directors, student representatives, faculty members who've played such an important role in the achievements that we celebrate today. And now, as President of the University of Manitoba, it's my pleasure to formally declare this session of convocation to be open. This past summer, my wife and I walked the last part of the Camino de Santiago. For those of you who aren't familiar with this ancient pilgrimage route in northern Spain, it's considered by many to be a life-changing journey, and we certainly found it to be such. We were walking, sometimes passing other people, sometimes being passed, sometimes speaking to each other, sometimes just holding hands, appreciating the beauty, the challenges of the path. And of course, when we got to the end, it was exciting to come to the end point, but we didn't celebrate that as the highlight of the trip. And I will say, when we talk about the trip, it's not the end that we talk about, but the experience of the journey itself. Today, each one of you that is about to graduate has reached a milestone in life's journey. This point has significance for what it sums up, and because it, unlike much of what you did at the University of Manitoba, it's shared immediately with those who love you. And though many of you may continue your studies, the completion of this degree that you're being recognized for today is something I expect you've anticipated for a long time. And you should be proud, you should celebrate. Not simply because this day has arrived, but because of the great journey that brought you to this point and the journey that still lies ahead of you. Many of you, during your time as a student, took part in one or more of the 100+ service learning, internship, co-op, and exchange programs offered here. You may have taken the chance to travel and study abroad. Perhaps you contributed to mentorship opportunities, such as the Circle of Empowerment or Indigenous Business Education Program. Some of you joined research teams to help uncover new discoveries around the world. Many of our Bison athletes participated in meaningful community engagement through programs such as Bisons Against Bullying and Bison Book Buddies. Throughout your years with us, you've been shaping this university's story. You've traveled with the U of M on our journey. Perhaps some of you joined us on February 28th at our 140th anniversary celebration. On that day, with Premier Pallister and Mayor Bowman and our university community in attendance, we marked a significant milestone and encouraged our community to consider the journey that milestone represents. Over the past 140 years, this university has built a strong and engaged community of students, faculty, staff, alumni, donors, and community partners. Our university's impact is meaningful because of the richness of our diverse community, because of the dynamic relationships we have built through engagement, because of the opportunities we have seized throughout the decades. And as we think about the possibilities for the next 140 years, We commit to continuing to play a meaningful and transformative role in this province and beyond. The poem Ithaca by Constantine Cavafy beautifully illustrates the message I'd like to leave with you. As you set out for Ithaca, hope the voyage is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Lystrigonians and Cyclops, angry Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you're destined for. But do not hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so you're old by the time you reach the island, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. You graduate today with a degree, and it's the memories, the lessons, the experiences and friendships made that give your degree its true merit. And it will be the memories, the lessons, experiences, and friendships made that will give the rest of your life merit as well. So it's my pleasure on behalf of our entire university community to congratulate you on your accomplishments and to wish you the very best on the voyage that's ahead of you. Now, I'd like to say just a word or two to family and friends who are with us in the audience. This is an unusual event in our experience together with your friends and family members who are on the floor here ready to graduate. We don't usually wear these clothes. These robes remind us that what we're doing today has been done for hundreds, probably thousands of years in different places around the world where students have gathered with teachers to learn more and to go on and live their lives more richly as a result of it. And the tradition of wearing these robes reminds us of all of that experience. So we step into a set of common experience here. But I would encourage you not to let the presence of unfamiliar clothes and ritual make it seem like the people you came to celebrate, the people you love, the people you're proud of, are at a distance from you. I don't want you to feel at a distance. Let's just appreciate this for what it is and think about this as a family time and a time for friendship. So in particular, when the person that you came with today is going to be recognized, the time will be quite brief. The person's name will be mentioned, the Chancellor will greet the person will receive a diploma, a picture will be taken, and then the person's gone from the stage. That whole business moves fairly quickly, so you want to be ready for it. And people get ready for that in different ways. Some people are prepared to applaud. Some people are prepared to make a little more noise. Some people are prepared to make a lot more noise. And we welcome different forms of expression. You came here because something significant is happening and you should feel free to express yourselves. So let's just practice a little bit. Who's comfortable with this? Who's comfortable with a little bit more? That's good. You're ready. Now, I would just say on the other side of that, because the time is relatively brief, your enthusiasm shouldn't spill over into the time that comes for the next person, right? So let's just treat each other with respect. Celebrate. We're really glad that you came.
I am Brenda Austin-Smith, head of the Department of English, Film and Theatre here at the University of Manitoba, and I'm honored to be reading this citation today. The highest honor the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria includes distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this afternoon is Ms. Miriam Taves. To read a novel by Ms. Taves is to travel with her on a personal and powerful journey. In one moment, this esteemed author might reveal the hypocrisy of a small prairie town, and in the next, introduce us to complex, vulnerable characters with remarkable comic sensibility. Readers and critics alike are pulled in by Ms. Taves' unique narrative style that bridges tragedy with humor, a delicate balance that feels real and an authentic reflection of life. Her poignant novels are conversation starters in homes and coffee shops across the country, opening the door to greater dialogue about topics difficult to talk about, like mental health and suicide. She has said that by writing about personal experiences of loss, she and the reader come out together in another place, a less dark place. Ms. Taves' literary gift has earned many honors, including the Governor General's Award for Fiction. When her novel, A Complicated Kindness, hit shelves more than a decade ago, it provided a window into the Mennonite community in which she was raised. The book was revered for its brilliance and depth. It is dark, funny, sad, superb. And the accolades have continued through to her latest work, her sixth novel, All My Puny Sorrows, which won the Rogers Writers' Trust Fiction Prize. Before Ms. Taves became an award-winning author, she was a tomboy growing up in Steinbach, Manitoba, the daughter of an elementary school teacher and a social worker. Her home was full of laughter, as well as hardship. She saw firsthand how family members battled depression. She knew, even by grade 10, that she wanted to explore the world. In her books, Ms. Taves has so eloquently shown us the big dreams born of small towns. Interested in storytelling in all its forms, she took film studies at this university, and after graduation, pursued journalism. As a mother of three, she chased stories while balancing a toddler on her hip. It was as a journalist that she first felt the pull of fiction writing. She was bringing to life a documentary about single mothers living on social assistance, and knew she wanted to push beyond the boundaries of reporting, bringing greater depth and dignity. There was so much more to say about the strength of these women and their experiences. And in 1996, Turnstone Press published her debut novel, Summer of My Amazing Luck. She won the John Hirsch Award for the Most Promising Manitoba Writer, and the book became a bestseller. Ms. Taves has since gone on to become one of the most admired authors across this country. She will tell you that the essence of her craft and of life is to create connection with another. For everyone to feel less alone. We are grateful to join Ms. Taves on this journey. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba that you confer on Ms. Miriam Taves the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Taves.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this honor. It's amazing, actually. I'm so happy to be here today. And congratulations to all of you graduates, and to your parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, therapists, social workers, probation officers, to all the people who stuck by you and encouraged you. It's a real achievement. Well done, everyone. I'm going to read this. Yeah, that's right. I'm nervous, and I'm not a normal speech giver, or really normal in any regard, so I'm going to read this, and I'll try to be quick. For me, coming to the campus today is a little bit like coming home. My entire family, myself, my sister, both my parents have degrees, real ones like you, from the U of M, and we all had and have a lot of memories, good memories. Well, you know, good and bad memories, mostly good. For instance, it blew my mind when I found out I could get a degree by watching movies. In my small-town Mennonite world, movies were absolutely taboo, like usury or incest. Good, decent people just had nothing to do with them. But at the U of M, not only was I given permission to watch movies, I was given a degree, film studies. That changed my world, truly. I have other great memories from the U of M, like buying Lark cigarettes at UMSU. The slogan on the cigarette pack was, "Richly rewarding and uncommonly smooth." I also had a baby while I was a student here. That was a surprise, a very nice one. See what happens when you smoke? My son is here today, about to have a baby of his own, which you can understand makes me about to become a grandmother. It's very exciting. I was young then and on my own, and like way too many people, couldn't afford daycare. And I'll always be grateful to a prof I had then named Keith Fulton for inviting me to bring my baby to class. "No problem," she said, "bring the baby." Thanks, Owen, for sleeping through all those women's studies classes so I could listen and learn a little bit more about myself and others like me. Thanks also to my mom. She's here too. Once, one of my fiendishly wealthy cousins accidentally put some money into her bank account, and she immediately, before my cousin became aware of his mistake, used it to pay off my student loan. And permit me to say right here, I believe that university education should be free because it is a human right and not a privilege. Anyway, it was her money, technically, but that's a super long story about patriarchy that we don't have time for now, particularly because it seems to be a story without end for the moment. I have to admit that this situation is reminiscent of one of my many recurring nightmares. I'm in a comedy club in the wings, and a stage manager comes up to me and says, "You're on, give me 5 minutes." He pushes me onto the stage, but I don't have any material, just one old joke. Why was the Amish woman excommunicated? Too Mennonite. Don't worry if you don't get it, it's a niche thing. I'm trying to figure out the meaning of this recurring nightmare, why I keep having it. I suspect it has something to do with the hundreds of church sermons I sat through in the earliest years of my life. Almost 52 a year, from the age of 3 until close to the time I graduated from my Steinbach High School and fled to Winnipeg. These church pastors assumed the highest authority available to them. They used the gospel, for the most part, to control and punish. In their divine wisdom, they thought they should save me, just a little kid, from drowning in sin and darkness, even while deftly removing the things that kept me afloat: my intellect, my conscience, my soul. So it makes me uneasy to be standing here on a platform at a lectern, berobed, and expected to preach the truth to you. I have an aversion to authority, especially the admonitory kind. I can't say what's best for you. No one can. Not your parents, not your friends, not the celebrities and the screens. Your best guide will always be that compass deep inside you, your desire. It's the most precious thing in the world, that mysterious yearning that pushes you to act and go towards something. You'll need it to guide you every time you're lost or standing at a fork in the path. You'll have to ask yourself, what do I want? The world will sometimes do what those preachers tried to do to me, co-opt your desire. People will say that what you want is misguided, foolish, and naive. They will tell you that your salvation isn't to be found where your compass is pointing you, but somewhere else, probably in a place where the ground is well trodden, well lit, and well guarded by the militants of the status quo. The magnetic forces in your life may become so strong that your inner compass ceases to work. What then? Of all the sermons I had to sit through, nearly 1,000, there was only one that stood out. I still think of it today. The pastor, instead of threatening and shaming the congregation, described to us a conception of the world that was open-hearted and outward-looking. He talked about agape. It's a Greek word. It means love, though not the kind you feel when you're hot for someone or the love you naturally feel for your family or your friends. It's love as described in Corinthians 13, humble, unglamorous love that's about everyday kindness and compassion and goodwill, offering solicitude to strangers, defending people in need, without calculation, without expectation of reciprocity. But it's important to understand that agape is not simply a selfless, altruistic practice. Our lives depend on this kind of love, as individuals, as communities, as a species on this planet. When I create the conditions for another person's self-realization, I'm making it possible for them to do the same for me. To put it simply, you can only truly serve yourself by serving others. That was the pastor's formulation, and it made me think, and this is a reference for the parents in the audience, of the last lyric on the Beatles album, Abbey Road. In the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. And so, during those times when your inner compass is all out of whack and you sense you're straying from your true course, agape. All right, church is over. Thanks for listening. Very soon it will be time to celebrate. And like my mother has been telling me for over 50 years, have fun, good luck, and don't work too hard. Congratulations again.
Briefly, just to note that there's a complete list of the recipients and medals and prizes shown in your program on page 113. Is something you may want to check out at your leisure. It's now time for Chancellor Harvey Sector to address Convocation.
Thank you. One of the special privileges according to the Chancellor is the opportunity to participate in Convocation. It's an honor to be with you today, to join you, the graduates, your family, and your friends in celebrating the completion of your current programs. Congratulations to all those who received awards and prizes for their individual accomplishments, and to Dr. Tays on receiving her Honorary Doctor of Letters. Convocations are a time when we at the university recognize significant contributions that students, faculty, and alumni have made to the cultural, social, and economic well-being of the people of Manitoba, across Canada, and increasingly to the world. We're particularly proud of our rich history and look to take advantage of the opportunity to honor both our alumni as well as those who, although not alumni of this university, represent the values and the commitment to leadership that are such a fundamental part of our U of M heritage. Today's honoree is a particularly distinguished alumni, one whose contributions to contemporary literature have had a major impact, not only for people here in Manitoba, but for sharing that prairie perspective with people across the country. Over the years, I've noticed that while our honorary degree recipients have excelled in very different fields and often in different parts of the world, there seems to be a constant theme to their stories. All seem to represent the same three ingredients for their success: passion, commitment, and perseverance. As with many of our other honorary degree recipients, Dr. Tays has experienced much success in her professional career, and in doing so has helped enhance the reputation of this institution and shown to people across the country and throughout the world the rich talent that resides here on the prairies. You and I are all beneficiaries of having graduated from a university with a great reputation. As I said earlier, built by the accomplishments and contributions of those who've come before us. It may well be that only a few will be able to have the kind of impact that our honorary degree recipient today has had. However, as Robert Kennedy reminded us, each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of a generation. I think we'd all do well to keep in mind that concept of agape that Dr. Taves talked about earlier. Love for others, for the betterment of mankind. As you begin the next chapter in your lives, I encourage you to keep in mind the role that high aspirations can have, not only for our individual lives, but for the impact we can have on others. Nelson Mandela said, "There's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." All of us here at the University of Manitoba hope that as you reflect back on your time here, you'll feel that while you were here, you moved just a little further along the path of becoming all that you were really meant to be. Congratulations, best wishes for professional careers and personal lives that are both filled with much success and great satisfaction. Good luck to you all.
Mr. Chancellor, I now have the honor to request on behalf of University Senate that you confer upon the candidates the degrees and diplomas earned by them, as these shall later be announced. Will those who are to receive degrees and diplomas please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degrees and diplomas to which you are severally entitled, with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. I also admit in absentia those who've completed the requirements for these degrees, but who are not today able to be present. Congratulations.
So those graduates in the front row, please remain standing. Everyone else, you're free to take your seats. So, Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy, with Dean Todd Maunder presenting the parchments and Provost and Vice President Academic Janice Ristock hooding the graduates. Mehdi Arzande. Khan Jahirul Islam. Musa Khalid. Susan Jane Fisher. Robert William Christmas. Michelle Choch. Julie Dorothy Ann Erickson. Darren Christopher Neufeld. Karen Angela O'Brien. Seongwi Bang. Alicia Farrell. Gina Marie Shaw. Margaret Rose Scott. Donald William Shackle. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we're going to move on to the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Arts with majors in arts. It's a joint program between the U of M and the U of W. Associate Dean Greg Smith of the Faculty of Arts, hooding the graduates. This is in history. Nicole Diana Currier. Chantel Jessica Fair. Holly Marie Johansson. Elizabeth Ann Johnson. Jacob Thomas Singleton. Joel Trono Dirksen. Now a Master of Arts joint degree in religion. Giselle Ann Bacuete Solitario. Now, still with the joint degrees, Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Public Administration. Anderson Onyeneke Abugba. Albert Boache. Catherine Lee Devine. Daniel Gordon Fingler. Mitchell Joseph Francoeur. Celine Alexandra Gansky. Sean David Mackay. Kyra Jasmine Moshtagi Nia. Nicholas Michael Ruta. Julia K. Tetro. Erica Hillary Thompson. Pablo Ignacio Urbina. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we move on to the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Arts with majors in arts. In classics, Lisa Alicia Halim. Master of Arts in French, Bridget Coutine Nuema. In Native Studies, Christy Lee Anderson. In Philosophy, Corinne Janice Latowski. In Political Studies, Anne Cristina Pereira de Faria. Iri Oluwatomi Olaposi Oloke. Psychology, Brenna Dokia Hendrickson. Sarah Kathleen Petty. School Psychology, Jonathan Roy Barrington. Julie Maryse Comte. David Simcha Gudin. Kaylee Brianne Peters. Diana Sader. Michelle Ann Ward. In Slavic Studies, Solomia Shavala. And in Sociology, Shanice Samantha Berger. Ryan Daniel Catt. Efe Ohoho Ehigiato. Nicole McInnes. And now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the Joint Master's Program in Peace and Conflict Studies with Program Chair Dr. Eliakim Sibanda, hooding the graduates. Felista Wanjiku Karancha. Iana Petrus. Christina Louise Reinke. Now, Mr. Chancellor, we'll move on to the candidates admitted to the degree of Master of Education, with Dean David Manzuk of the Faculty of Education hooding the graduates. David Thor Barkman. Sarah Elizabeth Baxter. Carrie Renee Bergmuller. Christopher Peter Victor Chartier. Xia Cheng. Georgina Ann Cleopatra Dick Hako. Sandra Gay DeZogan. Samantha Kara Lee Evans. Teresa Jeanette Fontaine. Margaret Gatoni Gachocho. Deborah Grant. Shyla Karen Hiscott. Kimberly Diane Hodgson Kenyon. Quinn Jessica Lee Jones. Jordan Boyd Laidlaw. Brian Harold Leclerc. Tina Charlene Lindsay. Leanna Joanne Lowen. Michelle Ann McClarty Paul. Jamil Mian. Tyler Colin Milloy. Melanie Sharp. Muriel Beatrice Shorting. Melissa Ray Sigvaldson. Suzanne Marguerite Simpson. Esther Marie Vanderwall. Emma Leanne Van Weerden. Colleen Elizabeth Webb. Monsieur le Chancelier, permettez-moi de présenter la candidate que vous avez admis au grade de maîtrise en éducation, Lise Harris. Now, Mr. Chancellor, we'll move on to the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Fine Arts with Associate Director David Foster of the School of Art, Hooding the graduates. Laurie Lynn Lofgren. Francisco Ramon Pueles. And now the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Laws with Dean Jonathan Blackbranch of the Faculty of Law, Hooding the graduates. Waraola Aishat da Silva. Leah Beth Leibel. And now, Mr. Chancellor, on to the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Music with Dean Edmund Daw of the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music, Hooding the graduates. Nicola Emily Davies. Margaret Jane Hammond. Sujung Kim. Yufei Liu. David Edward Oshevsky. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we move on to the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Social Work with Dean James Mulvale of the Faculty of Social Work, Hooding the graduates. Tina Gad Boos. Christina Kurshen. Erin Louise Egan. Christine Melissa Fedora. Ina Monica Ganda. Ruth Ann Elizabeth Goodman. Jana Hardy. Priscilla Tenjiwe Makuchete Chigodo. Colleen Cecile McCloskey Foster. Kaylee Jill Phillips. Kelly Elaine Pennell Zukowicz. Dorota Fadowska. Master of Social Work, Indigenous. Kathy Ann Denby. Javen Mays. And now, on to the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts Honors. Again, Associate Director David Foster of the School of Art presenting the parchments. Brooke Samantha Slater. Junyi Tan. And now the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts. Diane Cameron. Ting Liu. Now we move on to the candidates whom we've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. Associate Dean Greg Smith of the Faculty of Arts presenting the parchments. Benedict Jordana Lemaitre. Chantal Izes Nygaard. Rachel Lucille Gretzinger Roy. Laura Rose Stiles. Kristen Laura Webster. Cupik Cleopatra Yao. And now the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts Advanced. Larissa Morgan Adams. Tejumade Adebulu Jokotade Ajejime Adu. Amuo Olubukola. Anastasia Chechlich. Selena Rayanne de Roche. Elbetel Saifu Gebremeskel. Rui Gong. Xin Jin. Hanli Li. Zan Li. Jinyang Yu. Mo Liu. Shayla Elizabeth Livingstone. Jenny Chung Yin Mack. Alyssa Camille Manaug. Daniel Francis Marshall. Ngozi Love Ndu Johnson. Tina Win. Oluwatumbi Deborah Olu Agunbiade. Maureen Adaronke Opejin. Tamika Osiname. Rebecca Marie Richter. Hannah Elizabeth Smun. Liting Tang. Jiking Ye. Bahija Zaid. Lu Zhang. And now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Jamal Boyd Abbas. Adamiju Adamoyiwa Adajimi Adu. Mirza Abbas Ali. Noor Al-Satari. Lyndon Cade Aten. Olalekan Oladotun Babalola. Ramata Rebecca Bamba. Robin Nicole Barton. Samantha Bryn Beauchamp. Minguri Kai. Andrea Lauren Carnevale. Ellen Penelope Cavers. Jiadi Chung. Jian Chen. Shiking Chen. Yihan Chen. Beth Nadine Carmen Choppy. Taylor Simone Damien. Mackenzie Renee Douglas. Haley Nicole Dreger. Kieran Michael Dublin. Ashley Victoria Aori. Kevin Michael Rickman Falconer. Michelle Lena Filion. Catherine Rose Fisher. Micah John Freimeyer. Almira Gatbonton. Brett Goods. Annie Nicole Graham. Lily Gu. Connor Eric Gojunas. Sabatin Aikut Guni. Shinyu Guo. Haley Alyssa Ham. Guangshai Han. Delaney Victoria Margar Hawkins. Boyang Hu. Xinjie Huang. Guggendeep Singh Johal. Penguri Jha. Kyla Kavanaugh. Megan May Kiefer. Braden Robert Murphy King. Fallon Alexis Cron. Julianne Evelyn Christina Krichadinas. Chung Ki Lam. Ho Yin Lung. Ang Wei Li. Yiming Li. Dimo Liu. Fei Liu. Tianyu Liu. Yu Yu. Wenjie Ma. Ying Ma. Kristen Amy McDonnell. Nora Bernard Makundi. Janice Margelino. Jonas Nathaniel Darius Mark. Brittany Marie Dawn Martins. Reagan Martin. Nawa Matamwandi. Denise Deanna Meaches. Angelita Dawn Miller. Ernesto Montano Pacheco. Robin Hazel Mousseau. Haley Marie Mowat. Jenny Lynn Mullen. Mutala Muya Musonda. Noel Dylan Ngo. Madeline Catherine Mary Nikiforik. Jesu O. Madison O'Keefe. Daniel Ifeanyi Osai. Fuad Opeyemi Oyefezo. Annika Sabronia Pantin. Kyle Aaron George Pastulovich. Ashton Perry. Anne Lindsay Quinton. Ansini Navoda Rajateva. Susan Charmian Reed. Paul Frank Reimer. Shahid Sadruddin. Christine Kate Santamaria. Ariel Abigail Sayuno. Cheyenne Callie Seaton. Maximilian Semchuk. Anna Sarah. Liang Shan. Qi Shao. Chenwei Shen. Shingai Candice Shone. Sunpreet Kaur Sidhu. Robert Leslie Smith. Linghao Song. Mengjae Song. Mylene Gale Spence. Yu Chuan Su. Taylor John Sundmark. Priscilla Alexandra Uloa. Melena Vincent. Letitia Ann Nicole Wabash. Mei Wang. Nicole Ivana Wilson. Kayla Grace Woodman. Yinyao Chu. Hao Yan. Cindy Yi. Amina Yunus. Yurui Yuan. Yifeng Zhan. Tianhao Zhang. Yue Zhang. Tailuang Zhong. Now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Integrated Studies. Larson Ralph Anderson. Blessing Buragari Feschuk. Monsieur le Chancelier, permettez-moi de présenter la candidate que vous avez admis au grade de baccalauréat des arts. Komi Teiko Adolphe Kwesan. And now, candidate for the Bachelor of Science honors. Wenkyang Kang. And now on to the candidates admitted to the post-baccalaureate diploma in education with Dean David Manzuk of the Faculty of Education presenting the parchments. Jacinta Ciniere Agnadiche. Darla Jane Armstrong. Noreen de Jesus Bidder. Marianne Alex de Lima. Dawn Michelle Ferrant. Merrick Glowacki. George Hanna. Chantal Marie Paulette Arel. Ripanjit Kaur Kingra. Catherine Nicole Labiak. Duncan MacLeod. Tricia Cheryl Manuakizik. Amanda Catherine Martin. Helga Lynn Ogley. Loreen Jennifer Osterman. Vanessa Marie Pelletier. Anna Stefania Porpiglia. Dela Lynn Quinn Laflèche. Michelle Ray Reimer. Veronica Elaine Thomas. Larissa Ann Thorstensen. Monsieur le Chancelier, permettez-moi de présenter la candidate que vous avez admis au grade diplôme post-baccalauréat en éducation. Renée Liliane Marie Péloquin. And now, the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Jazz Studies with Dean Edmund Daw of the Des Hôtels faculty presenting the parchment. Tien Nam Nguyen. And now the candidate whom we've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Music in Performance. Kinnan Ikea Waddell. Now the candidate for the Bachelor of Music. Ling Zhu. Finally, on to the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Work, with Dean James Mulvale of the Faculty of Social Work presenting the parchments. Bria Amanda Michelle Anderson. Lisa Marie Bertrand. Maxine Heather Boulanger. Melissa Dawn Burling. Daisy Chartrand. Marie Alicia Christian. Kevin Joseph Delahunty. Jonathan Malcolm Dirksen. Dorian Costa Doyle. Justine Dick. Laura Penelope Garcia Stewart. Joshua Tyler Gatta. Amanda Gauthier. Christine Hilda Gudmundsson. Suzanne Razia Hagigi. Robin Danielle Hall. Sheena Marie Jackson. Chantal Christine Jenin. Andriana Kittner. Kirsten Danielle Ktowicz. Rafael Navarro Loreano. Bertha Alice LePage. Kelly Mackay. Deanna Holly McCollum. Shanessa McLennan. Lauren Jennifer Palak. Julia Nicole Sanderson. Tanis Lee Starr. Janet Sharon Tate. Marcia Regina Unterkircher Takahashi.
Good afternoon, Minister Reyes, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, and Dr. Taves. Guests and graduates, congratulations. My name is Dawn Nedowin-Masick, and I'm the president of the Alumni Association of the University of Manitoba and a proud graduate of the Faculty of Engineering. As you set out on your unique journey in life, I hope each of you finds inspiration from the University of Manitoba who have gone before you. If you aspire to be a celebrated artist, an effective educator, and an influential lawyer, look no further than Wayne Davies, a principal who inspired his students to raise more than $100,000, honorary degree recipient, and interdisciplinary painter Wanda Coop, or international lawyer and Canada's first member of the UN Human Rights Commission, Marcia Kron. Over 140 years, the University of Manitoba has built a strong and engaged community of alumni. We have more than 140,000 graduates living in 137 countries. This great community, which proudly supports you as students through mentorship and philanthropy, is proud to support you today as graduates. The Alumni Association helps connect you with alumni who will extend their hand to you as a mentor, coach, advisor, and friend. We welcome you to stay connected to the University of Manitoba Alumni Relations Office, return to campus often, attend homecoming, and participate in your reunion events. We are a community that is here to support and celebrate your successes. We recognize that the influence of this university is epitomized by the accomplishments of our alumni, and standing proudly behind you, your outstanding achievements, and the contributions you will make to the world is more than just our privilege. It's what we do. Thank you. Congratulations. Now go and take your place.
This brings the afternoon's proceedings to an end. I would ask members of the audience to please remain in your places until the academic procession and the students have, the graduates, have left the room. And then please follow us to a reception that will take place back where the students were gowned earlier this afternoon. Convocation is now in recess.